Welcome to the 2016 IRONMAN 70.3 Geelong Athlete Race Briefing. Further to this race briefing, make sure you read the Athlete Information Guide, available online at www.ironmangeelong.com. Please ask our event team located at the info desk in Steam Packet Gardens if you have any further questions. The main venue for the event is Steam Packet Gardens, located on the Eastern Beach Road. A copy of the venue map is located in your event program. Study it to ensure you know where everything is for race day. Please make sure you've taken time to check your athlete race kit for all the items you'll need this weekend. This includes the items shown here. Pro athletes, age groupers and teams will be identified by colour coding. Pro male athletes will receive a black athlete kit. Pro female athletes will receive a pink athlete kit. Age group athletes receive a blue athlete kit, and relay teams will receive a green athlete kit. Most important of these items is your athlete wristband, your event athlete ID, which you'll need to wear across the whole event. It provides you access into athlete-only areas. Relay teams will receive one wristband per person. IRONMAN Asia Pacific is using a recording system for bike check-in and bike check-out. Your athlete number is on your wristband and bike sticker. When entering or exiting transition with your bike, your wristband and bike sticker will be cross-checked to match by event personnel. Any issues will be directed to the transition manager. You can only rack or remove your own bike. If you attempt to rack or remove another athlete's bike or have someone else rack or remove your bike, that person will be denied entry to or exit from transition. Please do not remove your wristband until you've removed your bike from transition post-race. The layout of transition is shown here. Make sure you're aware of the flow of transition. We highly recommend visiting one of the transition tours. There'll be 3 transition tours held on Saturday, conducted by Sean Foster from Fluid Movements, to help you answer any questions you might have about the event. Transition tours will run at 11:30am, 1:30pm and 3:30pm. Please ensure that you're aware of the bike check-in hours and location. You must have attached your seat post sticker prior to bike check-in at transition. Upon entry to transition, your bike will also be visually inspected by technical officials. The bike racks are individually numbered. Please rack your bike at your assigned position. No bike bags or covers are allowed on your bikes overnight. These will be removed as there are danger in high winds to neighbouring bikes. If you require bike mechanic services, they'll be located at Expo in Steam Packet Gardens on Friday and the entry to transition on Saturday. Transition opens at 5:45am for individual athletes and relay team cyclists. You'll be required to bring your helmet on Sunday only for your helmet check to take place. To assist with a speedy process, please ensure you're wearing your helmet with the helmet sticker placed on the front of your helmet for a quick visual check by the technical officials. Bike mechanics will be located at the bike exit entry and will have resources for emergency bike services only. Transition will close at 6:45am. No athlete will be allowed access into transition after this time prior to race start. At closure of transition, all team cyclists must exit the transition area. The teams will be allowed back into transition at the discretion of the transition manager after the professional athletes have departed for the bike leg. Team cyclists can then wait with their bike until the team swimmer passes them the timing chip, when they can take their bike and continue out of transition. As the team cyclist re-enters transition, you must rack your own bike before you pass the timing chip onto your team's runner. You'll be able to bring in your bike pump on race morning, however you must take this with you when you exit. Pumps will be stored separately to bags in the street gear tent, so please ensure they are adequately labelled with the bike pump sticker provided. Your street gear bag will need to be handed into the street gear drop-off truck located near Swim Start on Ritchie Boulevard. The street gear drop-off will be open from 5:45am to 7am. Your street gear will then be relocated to Steam Packet Gardens in the street gear tent. The street gear tent will open at 11am. Please ensure you use the street gear bag provided to you at athlete check-in, and it's labelled with the numbered street gear bag sticker found in your race kit. Athletes will again enjoy a calm, clear swim course in the beautiful Corio Bay. Athletes will swim out 800 metres into the bay before a sharp right-hand turn, heading back towards the Eastern Beach swim enclosure. After 700 metres back towards the enclosure, you'll turn right again towards the beach, swimming another 300 metres before turning left the remaining 100 metres towards the swim exit. If the water temperature is not greater than 24.5 degrees Celsius, wetsuits are optional. Please inquire at the information desk if you're unsure of the provisional water temperature. If you choose to wear a wetsuit, please ensure that it is race legal. See one of the Triathlon Australia technical officials for clarification on legal wetsuits. This event will encompass a beach start for all athletes. Professional and age group athletes, including relay teams, will begin their race in their assigned wave start format. Approximately 10 minutes prior to start time, each wave start group will be called to move to the swim start area. Please know your wave start time and listen to staff directions in this area, as it may be very crowded. All athletes must walk across the timing mat under the swim start arch to activate their timing chip. Professional and age group athletes, including relay teams, will be called onto the beach close to the water for their allocated wave swim start. If for any reason the swim needs to be cancelled after the swim start, you'll hear a continuous whistle sound. If this occurs, do not panic. Please take all direction from water safety personnel and make your way to the shore. If you decide to withdraw at any time after you've crossed the start mat, you must notify an event official so we can account for your safety. Swim safety is provided by Frankston Life Saving Club. If at any time you need assistance, raise one arm above your head. Please look after those around you and raise your arm if you see another athlete in distress. The time limit for the swim leg is 1 hour. Any athlete who has not completed the course by this cut-off time will not be able to continue. Any team cyclist remaining in transition will be sent out onto the bike course at this time, and the team will be classified as did not finish or DNF. At the finish of the swim, when you exit the water, you'll run up the swim exit, over a timing mat, and turn left towards transition in Eastern Park. You'll run approximately 150 metres before you get to the top of transition and are able to access your bike. The transition aid station will be available before as you enter transition. You're able to equip yourself for the bike leg at your bike location, or otherwise change in the allocated male and female change tents located next to the transition aid station. This 2-lap bike course takes in parkland, coastal roads and scenic views as you head out of Geelong towards the Bellarine Peninsula. Departing from transition in Eastern Beach Reserve, athletes travel through Ritchie Boulevard before a short climb towards Eastern Park. A change to the course this year takes you along the water side again before testing your legs on the Crit Hill, heading into Eastern Park. Under a canopy of trees through the park before you emerge onto the road to Port Arlington and straight roads heading east. A detour out to Point Henry takes you along windy roads with views of Stingaree Bay before returning to the Port Arlington Road and turning east once more. The Leopold Hill provides another test of the legs not long before the turnaround point at the Curlewis Golf Club, heading back into Geelong and down to the waterfront for the second lap turn. You repeat the course for your second lap before dismounting in Ritchie Boulevard at the end of your second lap. You'll have access to 2 aid stations on each lap of the bike course at the Port Arlington Road, Wilsons Road and Port Arlington Road, Hermsley Road. Please take time to view what's available to receive on course. Be cautious when passing an aid station. All athletes should slow down through this area. This is the sequence of the bike aid stations. Volunteers will endeavour to provide approximately 50 metres between tables and service areas. Slow down through bike aid stations and maintain a straight line and consistent speed. Communicate loud and clearly. Remember, volunteers are there to support you, not to serve you. Bin and disposal signs are provided to define the rubbish and bin and discard zone. Outside of this zone, you will be penalised. Please be focused and considerate at all times through the aid stations. The safety of yourself, other athletes and volunteers should be your priority. Our volunteers will do their best to deliver what you require, but it's your responsibility to slow down and ensure you have the correct nutrition. Hendry Cycles will be the roaming bike mechanics on course. They'll carry tools and spare tubes only. They'll not have spare wheels available. Athletes must repair their own bike. It will take time for the mechanics to get to you. We recommend you carry your own spares and be familiar with fixing or replacing tyres and tubes. SAG wagons will be roaming the course to collect any cyclists that cannot complete the event. Collected cyclists will be transported to the closest aid station or back to transition. Transport via a SAG wagon will take time. If you're able to, we advise you to commence walking back to the nearest aid station or transition if possible. If you do drop out on the bike course, you'll need to visit the dropout clerk at either Eastern Beach, located near transition, or at Steam Packet Gardens to hand in your timing chip. On course, there'll be marshals, technical officials, bike mechanics, aid stations, and event staff all there to support you. If you have any problems on course, simply let any of our on-course support team know that you require assistance. Please take the time to read the bike course regulations on the screen to help you avoid a potential penalty. For more information, see a technical official pre-race or view the detailed Ironman race competition rules on our website. This is a non-drafting event, meaning unless overtaking, 12 metres must be kept between yourself and the bike in front at all times. Please take the time to read and understand the drafting regulations shown. If you do receive a penalty, the officials will show you a blue, yellow or red card, tell you to stop at the next penalty box if applicable, note your athlete number and other information. There are 2 penalty boxes on course, located on Hermsley Road, Port Arlington Road intersection outbound, Eastern Park Circuit inbound. The time limit for the bike leg is 4 hours 30 minutes from the start time. Any athlete who has not completed the course by 12:40 p.m. at the latest will not be allowed to continue. There are intermediate cut-off points on the course that are listed in the athlete information guide. You must meet these cut-off times in order to continue on course. As you dismount your bike from the bike finish chute, you're responsible for taking your bike to your numbered racking within transition and racking the bike up correctly. Your helmet must remain on and secured until your bike is racked. Failure to do so may result in a penalty or disqualification. You're then able to equip yourself for the run leg at your allocated bike rack location, or otherwise you can change in the change tents located in transition. When you exit transition, you'll pass the transition aid station before you head west onto the run course. The clockwise run course takes in the best of the Geelong waterfront across 2 laps and a final 2-kilometre section to the finish chute in Steam Packet Gardens. Heading west to start, the course takes you through the heart of the waterfront and along the esplanade, past majestic houses and splendid bayside views. The course this year extends to Rippleside Park before turning back to the east and travelling along the coastal path. The views are spectacular along the path as you head towards Cunningham Pier, which this year the course will run out and back along the pier, providing unique views of the waterfront for the athletes. Passing through the waterfront, past Steam Packet Gardens and the finish chute, you return to the east, passing through Ritchie Boulevard, past transition, and out towards Lime Burners Point and the boat ramp. With the course extensions to the west and along the pier, the eastern turnaround point has been brought closer to Lime Burners Point. There is almost nowhere along the course where you won't be able to enjoy the stunning views of Corio Bay and the Geelong waterfront. After completing your 2 laps of the run course, athletes will again pass Steam Packet Gardens before turning right onto Cunningham Pier for the final lap of their pier before you continue straight past the carousel onto Steam Packet Gardens and down the finish chute to the plaudits of the crowd and the completion of your Ironman 70.3 Geelong journey. There are 4 aid stations on the run course, located within 2 kilometres of each other. You'll pass each aid station multiple times. The run aid station locations and distances along the course are listed here. Please take the time to read what is available for you at the run aid stations. This is the sequence of the run aid stations. Wherever possible, volunteers will provide a minimum of 10 metres between tables. However, due to the lay of the land, sometimes table layouts may vary across the course. Please note there is at least 2 toilets at every aid station. Please endeavour to place rubbish in the bins provided. And don't forget to thank the volunteers. Please be focused and considerate at all times through aid stations. The safety of yourself, other athletes and volunteers should be your priority. Our volunteers will do their best to deliver what you require, but it's your responsibility to slow down and ensure you have the correct nutrition. A SAG wagon will be roaming the course to collect any athletes that cannot complete the event. Collected athletes will be transported back to transition. Please be advised there may be delays in SAG wagon transport. If it is possible, we advise you to commence walking back to your nearest aid station. If you do drop out on the run course, you'll need to visit the dropout clerk when you return to the venue to hand in your timing chip. On course, there'll be marshals, technical officials, aid stations and event staff all there to support you. If you have any problems on course, simply let any of our on-course support team know that you require assistance. Please take time to know and understand the run course regulations. If you have any questions regarding the rules, visit our information desk at Steampacket Gardens. There'll be an information desk located near transition on Sunday at Eastern Beach. If you're shown a yellow card, you may be directed by the technical official to perform a stop-start penalty. Any 3 infringements will equal a disqualification. If you receive a red card from a technical official, you must report to the race referee once you've completed your race. The run course and final race cut-off time is 7 hours 30 minutes from your individual wave start time. The race is conducted under the Triathlon Australia Race Competition Rules, or RCR, and a number of special Ironman rules. Please refer to the event website for more information. Completing an Ironman 70.3 is a special experience. Crossing the finish line is the pinnacle. Here's a hot tip: make yourself photo ready. In accordance with Ironman rules, family or friends are not permitted in the finish chute. Please let your loved ones know of this rule, as you will be disqualified if this rule is not adhered to. This rule is enforced to reduce the risk of an athlete unintentionally harming themselves, other athletes, or their loved ones. Team members may cross the line together and enjoy the finish line experience as a team. Team members must wait in the team's holding area at the start of the finish chute for their runner to approach the finish line. It's also important to respect other finishers and their experience. Ironman hopes everybody makes the most of their time in the spotlight. Once you cross the finish line, there will be finish line catchers to meet you and escort you through to the recovery area. You'll be presented with your finisher's medal and towel. Catchers will briefly assess you and take you to medical if required. The recovery aid station will offer food and drinks. Massage therapists will also be available. Your street gear bag will be available for collection. Event staff and volunteers are within the post-finish area. Please advise if you require any assistance. An experienced medical team will be in place at the event, with medical personnel positions at the swim start and exit, in transition, roaming on the bike and run courses, as well as a full medical tent set up and team at the finish line. There'll be ambulances strategically located within the venue and on course at all times. During the race, please ensure you look after yourself and your fellow athletes. If in doubt, ask for help from an event official or a volunteer on course. Please make sure you provided the staff at check-in with your most up-to-date medical and emergency contact information. The medical team can assist with rehydration, warming or cooling and other basic care. Any athletes requiring further treatment will be transported to the closest hospital, which is the Geelong Hospital. If you find yourself in this situation, your gear will be cared for until you return. Please inquire at the information tent when you do return. To help out the medical team, please make sure you're taking appropriate care of yourself. If you have an acute illness, modify your expectations and allow for a bad day. Above all, don't change what you've been doing. Pre-race and public first aid is available by contacting the information desk. Bikes will be available for collection at the earliest from 12:45 p.m. or at the discretion of event personnel. You must show your athlete wristband in order to retrieve your bike from transition. Please do not attempt to remove your bike prior to this time. All bikes must be collected from transition by 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. Presentations will be held on Sunday, February 7 at 3:45 p.m. at Steampacker Gardens, adjacent to the finish line. In the event of inclement weather, presentations will be held in a contingency location. Commentators will advise athletes of this location if put into place. The roll-down ceremony for the 2016 IRONMAN 70.3 World Championship in Mooloolaba, Sunshine Coast, Australia on Sunday, 4th of September 2016 will take place immediately following the presentations at approximately 4:30 p.m. There are 50 age group and 15 tri-club qualifying slots on offer. You must be present to claim your slot. The 2016 IRONMAN 70.3 Geelong requires the support of over 700 volunteers in order to deliver the event. Our team of volunteers at the event will contribute a combined total of around 6,000 hours to assist, support and motivate you from the start to the finish of your Ironman journey. We encourage you to say thank you to the volunteers whenever possible. For without the volunteers, we simply would not be able to run any Ironman event. Good luck on Sunday. We look forward to celebrating with you on the finish line.